Okay. Um, okay, so that's deleted. If you guys could confirm that you can't see that anymore, that would be good. What? I think it's deleted. But it like shows up here, but I don't know. I think I can probably watch a different video. Let's see if... Yeah, okay. I think it's deleted. 7,000? What does that mean? What's 7,000? Okay. So, now that that's out of the way, we're just gonna assume that no one's gonna try to, uh, that no one saw that or something. I don't know. Okay, so let's not click into any environment variables files, because that's a crazy thing to do live on stream. And let's create a variables.env. Have I seen the cool things you can do with Linux? Probably some of them. Um, yeah, what does it do? Is it like customizing the interface? I think you posted it last time, right? The screenshots of, um, sorry, I don't know, I'll check it out. But in general, I'm not gonna do too many of, like checking out links because I wanna focus on adding the user accounts. Yeah, this is pretty sweet though. I mean, it kind of makes you feel like a hacker, right? That's like, whoa, like this is what you would see in like a movie or something. Like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, ice cream codes, that sounds like a nightmare. Um, but yeah, Noob Life, you should totally check out like Talk with Flipcoder in the Discord because he's all about Linux, I believe. Um, I'll probably never switch from Mac. I just love Mac so much. Hey VNK, hey Angel of Life, hey Vigo Pros. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome that Amazon came through like that. Okay, so we load the environment variables in here somewhere. I'm going to try not to go into the environment variables folder, but let's see. I don't think yeah, there shouldn't be anything secret in here. Yeah, okay. So there's a start.js fold file. Here it is. This is what we do. Okay, so we need to install this .env package. So we're going to go in here. We do npm install save .env. Do I not like VS Code? To be honest, um, I don't like any IDE pretty much. Like I don't think of Sublime as an IDE. I just think of it as a text editor. And I don't like when like my computer or any program does things automatically for me. Like auto completes things or like tells me a bunch of information about things. I just like working with text. If it like auto completes with parentheses, that's fine. But like other than that, I'm not really interested in all of the like fanciness. I am a little jealous of some of the things it can do. Like you can like live test your web app or like run JavaScript code right inside of it. I think you can do that with Sublime too. But yeah, I'm a little jealous of that. But yeah, in general, I don't like my technology messing, like thinking that it knows how to do things better than I do. And I just like just a regular text editor. But that being said, I've heard really, really good things about it. So I don't think you can go wrong using it. A lot of people really like it. And to be honest, if I'm being honest, the Noob Life, I'll probably like try switching over to it within the next couple of years, just because the developer ecosystem around it is becoming so good and a lot of people are leaving Sublime, and so Sublime's ecosystem is suffering. So I'll probably end up switching over to it. But I have tried once to use it instead of Sublime, and it just felt a little bit not as good to me. You know, I know a lot of people really love it. Okay, so we'll do this import.env. I think that should work. And then we're going to do this .env.config, and we're going to pass in a path. And I believe we named it the same thing. Yep. So we're just going to say path variables.env. But yeah, I think also like if you've been in like programming for a while, hey Android 4682, yeah, glad you could be here too. Were you on one of like the earlier streams when I first started, like a couple weeks ago? But yeah, I think as you get more experience as a web developer or as a developer in general, you just kind of ignore all of the new fads, and then you wait until, you know, they're well established, like 3 or 4 years from then, and then you, okay, cool, yeah, I thought I recognized your name. Oh wow, that's really cool. You call him out in the channel so other people can know about him. Post his a link to his Twitch. Okay, so we'll do this, and then let's look at how we define these variables. Yeah, it's gonna just be like this. I'm looking up this example instead of looking at my own variables.env because, you know, for obvious reasons. Because no streamer would ever reveal their variables env live on stream, right? Okay, so what are the things we need from this? We need the database URI, so we're going to paste that in there, and then we're going to also need the database name. And we don't need the database password because we're just going to be doing this on localhost. Okay, so, and let's just put in like hello and hello2 here. And then in our main.js, we're going to just test out that this loaded. So I think we're going to do, it's like process.something. Process.env, and then we'll do dot database URI, and I believe we need to restart the app. So let's restart that, and nice, we get hello. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what we expected to get. Okay, so now we're loading our environment variables successfully. So let's close, or no, we're not going to leave that open. We'll close that, we'll close that, we'll close that. Okay, see you soon, Noob Life. And we'll close that. So now we want the database connection. Okay, so let's load up our I guess we'll try to get the database. So let's do this, and we're going to say from, and we're going to do lib, and then db connection. And then let's just console log get db, and I believe we're going to have to pass in Oh no, we don't have to pass in a name, but I think we should have to pass in a name. Just making sure this is the right one. So let's put in db name here, and we're going to replace this. Oh no, actually, I guess we can get this from the variables.env, right? So we'll do process.env.db name. Okay, and let's also get our Mongo database running so that we can see it. And I think if we just connect localhost, yeah, I think this should just work. Okay, good. So now we have all of our databases here. Okay, and we're just going to test it with this database called hello2, and we'll delete that database afterwards. And we're going to do, I guess, get database. I don't know what this is going to return, but if it doesn't return anything, then things haven't gone well. And then we need this database URI string. So let's search for Mongo database URI just to get the connection string format. I guess it's in this format. Okay, let me be a super secret awesome developer, and I'll put this up for a second just to see what my old connection string looks like in my variables environment. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, going back from secret. Okay, so now we know what it looks like. And this is fine to reveal to you guys because it is just a local database connection. So if you hacked into my, physical computer, you would be able to connect to this database, but I don't know why. Like that wouldn't be the top concern at that point. The top concern would be something else. I could benefit from 2 screens. I agree with you, but my computer is a MacBook Pro from 2015, and it has trouble streaming at this quality with only one screen. I could program with my my Windows computer, but I like my Mac so much better. But yeah, I agree. It would be nice to have 2 screens. I think if I get like a really nice setup with like a Mac, I'll do that. Like I might get like a new Mac in a couple years, but yeah, that's probably, after I get rich, and I can afford their monitor stand. Okay, so we're getting the DB, we've got the environment variables. I believe we have to reset this. Okay, so we didn't install MongoDB. That's probably something we want to do. npm install, save MongoDB. And I'm not sure if we have to restart the server, but we probably do. So let's restart again. Okay, cool. And we'll refresh the page. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So this is saying promise pending, URI is malformed. Let's go to the database, 27017, that's right, hello2. I think it'll create the database if it's not there already. I don't know, I think so. And we have these databases, we're connected to Mongo. So I'm not sure what it's complaining about. You know what? Let's get the database connection first, because then we're testing fewer things. Okay, so let's restart. Okay, and then this is going to complain to us in a second. Okay, promise pending. Mongo parse error. URI malformed cannot be parsed. Okay, well, so it looks like this is saying it can't be parsed. So I don't know. That's very weird to me. I'm gonna put on secrets again real quick. Let's just see if there's anything different about my old environment variable and this new one. I don't think, wait, huh? Maybe. I think I just saw something that might matter. I don't think it does. There's some, no. That's the app port. I was thinking maybe I was getting the database port wrong, but that's just where the app is connected to. That's weird. Okay, well, let's put it back on the regular webcam. So this is the one I have in the other app, and it's parsing it fine. So I don't know why this should be different. I guess what I could do is just try this one. Maybe, I mean, if that's the problem, then whatever. Nope, still malformed. Okay, so I guess there's something we're doing here. How do you save user data to a database? Any particular database? Are you looking at MongoDB, or are you looking at like an SQL database? So I'm going to just console log these environment variables and restart. So like Firebase. So have you looked at the documentation? It's pretty easy to understand. Okay, so it looks like this environment variable is undefined. So if we go into Firebase cheat sheet and we look at Firebase, so yeah, you probably don't want to create a different database for each user. So they actually have a users. I think they have a users thing built in. Let's search Firebase users. Oops. Managing users in Firebase. So you have this like Firebase auth thing. So that'll let them like sign in with their Google account or like a LinkedIn account or Twitter account. And then you can get the current user by calling this. And then you can attach data to them. So you can do that. You want to save their data, like for example, how many calories they have eaten, steps taken, or no, you don't want to save it locally. You want to definitely save it in a database. So here, look. Okay, so you can update their basic information by doing something like this. So you get the current user, and then you call update profile, but I don't think you can set anything like that. I think in order to attach data to, like for a user, you probably want to use Firebase attach data to user. Yeah, look at this. Fireship is excellent. Look at this video. This is going to explain it much better than I could in a short amount of time. Fireship is like a core part of yeah, it's amazing. It's so like Fireship, that guy explains things really good. One of my life goals is to create tutorial videos that are as well produced as his. Okay, so it looks like this is undefined right now, and I think I know why. It's because we're adding our environment variables after we're calling this function. So we just need to make sure the environment variables get in first. Oh my goodness. What a stupid mistake. You guys are all fools for watching such a stupid streamer. Oh my goodness. I am just kidding. Please stay. Okay, so now we've got it. Now we've got the promise. So now it's returning something. So now we can get a collection, I think. So let's go back to our variables. Let's connect to hello2. And then we're gonna get rid of these console logs. So now we've got our database connection working, I believe. And so now we should be able to go down here, say get collection. And we're gonna just have like a random name for something. So we'll just say like users. And instead of console logging it, we're gonna try to insert something into it. So I think I can just do this. Get collection users and then insert one or something. Let's see, Mongo insert insert one. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do insert one, and we'll do name of David and age of undefined, because no one no one on this stream has guessed my age yet. Okay, so let's see. Type error. Insert one is not a function. That's a problem. Okay, so let's look in our old app and see what the right thing is. 26? Nope, wrong. If you get it within, so you only get one guess per user, and if you get within 2 years, then I'll tell you. So like if I was, what did that person guess? So Android guessed 26. So if I was 28 or if I was 24, or anywhere in between there, I would have said my age. Okay, so let's see. Set, no, can use username. 22. Nope, not 22. So I'm not anywhere from 20 to 24. But I really appreciate it. You guys thinking that I'm so young. That's really nice. Okay, so where are, oh man, routes. I bet it's in controllers, yeah. So artist controller, save page data, 20 to 28. Yeah, 20 to 28 is out, I believe. Yeah, so you guys are watching an old ass streamer. Okay, so let's go in here. Update one. We don't want update one. We want insert. Insert. I guess insert isn't one. Okay. Is there a new? Generate new artist. Here it is. 65. This is a pretty good guess. But no, not quite. Create new artist. Where the heck is this coming from? Okay, data. Create new artist. Insert one. Insert one is a function. Oh, I have to await. I have to await on the connection. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 42. I mean, yeah, I'll give it to you. I love 42. But what was the question again? That's an inside joke for anyone. Sorry. That was terrible. Okay, so we're going to await this. I think this will work. No, I have no idea if this will work. Await. Okay, let's do this. This is just like a test, just to see if we can just get this working. So we're gonna do that and see if, oh, it's only valid. Okay, so here's a little tip for you guys. If you get this error where it says await is only valid inside an async function, you can wrap a function you can wrap your code inside a function, and then you could do You would say 30. Okay. Good guess, but and you're close, but no, you're not right. So you guys still don't know my age. Um, so we're going to do async before the function, and now I think this will work, except we have to call the function. So we do a parentheses after this. This format still confuses me, but I think it works. 12. Good guess, but no. Yeah, I guess it could be like one of those people that has like that issue where they age very quickly. I think that's a thing. Can you explain how await works because you never understood how you can use it? Okay, do you know what promises are? Here, I'll show you like some quick code. So let's go into the Chrome console, and let's say we have like some asynchronous code. So let's say we wanted to do something like read a JSON file. So we're gonna like pass in the name of the file. Okay, awesome. That's a good start. So we're gonna say this is like our like fake database JSON file, and this read JSON function is asynchronous. So that means that we're going to send this request, and then it's going to take some time for it to come back. So in like the old code, what we would do is have a callback, and then we would say, okay, this is like the contents of the file. So, and then we could use them inside of here, right? So we could say like, I don't know, file contents dot add. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point, but like we could say like add a line or whatever, right? We could do something with the file contents inside of this callback function. Then promises came along and they were like, we're a better way of doing things. And promises work like this, where you read the file and then you have this chain, so you can do a then, and then you have this like, you know, same kind of callback thing, you know, where you have the file contents, but then you can also handle like an error. What's the error one? I know there's finally, there's always. Is it fail? I like I don't know what it is, but like for promises, I think there's anyone who knows it, catch. Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna do catch, and then we can handle. Thank you so much, Dirt Grub. So we're gonna have the error here, and we can handle the error in here, and so we can like chain these things together. So if we want to like process some of the file contents here, and then we want to do like another asynchronous thing. The cool thing about promises is we can return. I believe we can return a promise thing here, so we can say like write JSON or something, some other asynchronous thing, and then we can do another then. So we can chain these thens together. And the nice thing about that is we don't get into what's called callback hell. So with the last example before this, you know, where you had this callback, if you wanted to do another asynchronous thing inside of this, you'd have to indent it below there. And then if you wanted to do another asynchronous thing inside of that, you'd have to indent it in there. So like these would obviously be different operations, you know, it'd be like whatever JSON, right? But eventually you're going to get to the point where you're indented so far, the code's not even going to make sense. Everything's just going to feel like it's super weird and you have no idea what's going on. Whereas with promises, you can chain the thens, so it looks much simpler because you're just doing then, and then do this, and then do that, and then you can also just catch all of the errors all at once and handle them all in one place. So promises do a lot for you there. But then async and await came along, and that's a slightly updated syntax. And basically the question that answers is what if we made asynchronous code look like synchronous code? So what if so you know how like if you have a variable set to 1 and then you want like a sum equal to, you know, a plus 2, and then you can do something with the result, right? So this is like what synchronous code looks like, where it's just what do you call it, like procedural code, right? You're just doing one thing and then another thing and then the next thing, and the first thing needs to be set up before you can do the second thing, and this one's going to rely on everything that came before it, and then you do the last thing. So what if we could make promises look like or behave like regular procedural code where you're just doing step one, then step two, then step three? How would that look? Well, we could do read JSON, and then instead of having a then after it, we're going to have we're going to just assign it to a variable. Now, if we just did this, we're just going to get the promise, right? We're going to just get the promise back because this isn't going to have a result yet. So in order to tell it to give us the results, instead of the promise back, we do await. And so what this will do is it'll tell the browser, or it will tell Node.js, come back to me later. So go off and do whatever other thing you want to do. I'm waiting on the results of this. And then as soon as this function returns, then continue down this path and keep doing the next steps. So like if you wanted to do something with these results, like get first line, and let's pretend this is also an asynchronous function, right? So it's going to take some time to do it, and then you're going to come back to it. Then you can do something like this, where you're awaiting that too. And then again, that'll say to the browser or to Node.js, hey, go off and do whatever other thing you want to do for a few milliseconds, and then come back to me later. And then you can say, okay, now we're going to print the first line. And then this will be done whenever that happens. I really appreciate it. You guys think I was good at explaining it. That's awesome. So yeah, it simplifies code a lot. And I'm not sure why they complain about having a weight at the top level. I think the issue with having a weight at the top level, so you'll see that they complained about it in the console. Apparently, the issue with this is that it's not there's nothing to catch the error, I think, if an error happens. So like with every asynchronous call, yeah. So yeah, okay. So F Hinkle says it's in stage 3. So I guess it'll be implemented soon, and then we'll all be able to have it. But I think it makes it okay. So it's not about error handling. I thought it was about like you need to wrap it in a try catch or something. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense because even if you wrap this in a try catch, it would complain. Yeah. Well, the problem I think with await is that it's not supported, right, by a lot of. I guess it's supported by all the major browsers, but like if you want to go back to IE11 or maybe even early Edge, it might not be that well supported. I don't know. So you'd have to like use a transpiler. I don't know. I mean, if you, yeah, yeah. So 1 to 2 years ago for Node, I think it's fine to use in Node. Absolutely, yeah. But yeah. But if you want to support older browsers, you have to use a transpiler, like Babel or something, and make sure the. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. If you're just using Node, then I think you're fine. That's a nice thing about server code is you don't have to worry about if the user supports it or not. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this and save that. And now I think, okay, good. So let's see if it worked. Let's go to database. We'll refresh these. We've got hello2, right? So it created that automatically just by connecting to it. And then we've got this collection called users. And there we've got two Davids with the age undefined, which you guys still haven't guessed, by the way. Okay, nice. Oh, also, yeah. If you guys are interested, there's really good video on the event loop and the call stack in JavaScript. I think this should be like required to understand if you're programming in JavaScript. I was programming in JavaScript for many years, and I didn't know how it worked under the hood at all. So take take my advice with a grain of salt. I really didn't know. I didn't really know this for a very long time, but I think it would make you a much stronger programmer in JavaScript if you understood how the call stack and the event loop worked. And it's very simple. It's like if you understand stacks and single-threaded loops, then I think it's very easy to understand. But it's also very helpful, when you're debugging. Okay, so now we've got inserting into the database working. So we know we've got this collection working. So now we're going to add Passport. So I think, let's look at our steps. So we've got Mongo, we've got the Mongo library, we've got the environment variables. Oh no, we haven't installed Passport with npm yet. So let's look up Passport.js. You know what I absolutely despise? And I don't know if it's really that fair, but I hate Passport's documentation. I think it's one of the worst pieces of documentation ever. And you know why I think it's so bad? And this is probably going to come back to bite me in the future, but they're supported by a company called Auth0, which handles authorization and authentication for, they're like a SaaS company, so you have to pay by the month. So I think they purposely encourage, no, I don't think that, I don't think this is true. This is actually like really bad mouthing one of the most popular Node.js libraries ever. So I probably shouldn't go into it. And it's probably not what's actually happening. I just wish that like something I said would get them to improve their documentation, because honestly, it's so hard. It doesn't make sense why they wouldn't just have like a very simple way. Yeah. Well, I think part of it too, honestly, is that like I've mostly been a front-end developer, and I'm not very strong on the back end, and it's hard for me to implement these things sometimes. So yeah, I think that's part of it, is that I'm just like frustrated, like why can't this just be easy? Why can't I just type in a few things? Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm sorry. I won't do that. I agree. And this is like literally the only this is like the only user authentication solution for Node.js. I know there's like other ones, but like I've researched and I think this is like the only well-supported one that everyone recommends and everyone uses. Okay, you've now thoroughly shamed me. I will no longer badmouth Passport. Okay, so let's see. We've got this local strategy thing. I think we need to install this too if we want the local strategy. So let's go here, we'll paste that and save. Okay, so how do we get this working? Additional examples, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. DB users find by index, find by username. That's fine. I don't think we'll need that. And we'll just go into server.js. Okay. So that's one thing. Serialize and deserialize the user. Okay. Then we start the app. We're gonna need Express session, I believe. So let's install that too. Because I think Passport is gonna use sessions in order to add the current user to um, to the request object. So let's install this. Okay, so now in order to set it up, we're going to grab these and let's put them at the top. And I think we can import them instead of this. So we'll do import. Actually, no. I'll just leave it like this because we can use either one. And I don't know what this is going to do. And we just want to get this working. Okay, so now we've got this, and I'm going to just call this local strategy, just so it's explicit. Okay, configure the local strategy. The local strategy requires a verify function, which receives the credentials, username, and password. Okay, so that's not too hard, I think. Solvin, how's it going? We are adding user accounts to the to remake. What are you up to? How's your 4th of July going? You got any fun plans? Um, oh no. Yeah, I was running late. 4th of July, so there were some like family plans that were maybe gonna happen. Um, and they never got back to me, so but it was like on the fence for a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, are you in where are you? Are you in Canada or something? I forget. Where are you? Oh yeah, okay, Montreal. Oh yeah, oh jeez, I can't believe I forgot that. I'm sorry. You like gave me all of the like amazing information about Montreal. I'm really sorry I forgot. Uh, oh, for Canada Day. Awesome. That's cool. Is that kind of like 4th of July? What are you guys celebrating with Canada Day? Wait, didn't you guys like burn down the White House or something? That better not be what you're celebrating. I'm pretty sure you like burnt down the National Library and the White House and then like ran back up to Canada. I don't know. I'm still mad about that. When I found out about that in school, I was like, what? What did they do? I always liked Canadians, and now you're telling me they burned down our White House? Did you guys know that? I'm pretty sure the White House we have now is not the original White House because the Canadians burnt it down. Oh yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, I mean, we were definitely being dicks to you too. I'm totally, I'm not. I actually think Canadians are. I think Canada, by and large, has it more figured out than the U.S. But yeah, I mean, we were kind of being dicks to each other at the time. I think. Can I say that on stream? Is that a thing? Oh man, that might be a thing. Um, please don't report me, guys. No, but like seriously, is that a thing? Can I swear on stream? Is that okay? Um, okay, so I think we can do this. Okay, DB users find. Okay, so we want to get our collection of users. So we're going to do get collection users. Oh my goodness. I can swear. But like what can I say? I think there are some things I can't say. I really don't know. Um, that's okay though. I probably won't get too offensive, hopefully. Um, okay, so we've got find. Okay, here we go. So I think we can just do find. The British North America Act created Canada. Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay, so we're going to say users collection, and then we're going to set that equal on the 12. Wait, what? Is it their 12-year-old Twitch okay, nice. Who's the 12-year-old? Not that I think that's a bad thing. I think it's fine to have a 12-year-old moderating the channel. I've seen very responsible 12-year-olds. Okay, so we're gonna say current user, and we're gonna do find. So users collection find. So do I have to do an await on this? I think I do. Here. Can you? Or am I? No, you already guessed 12, I think. I would tell you if that was if that was right. Sullivan, they still haven't guessed my age. I think you know my age, so you shouldn't be able to guess. Username, and we're gonna pass in the username here. Yeah, a bunch of people guessed. They thought I was. Someone guessed 12, someone guessed 22, someone guessed 26, and someone guessed 30, and no one got it yet. It's very disappointing. Okay, so we got the current user. I'm not going to handle the error case, right? Because we're never going to have errors, right? How would I handle the error case, though? I think with await, you have to wrap it in a try-catch, right? Is that true? I guess we'll handle the error case. Yeah. Yeah, someone actually guessed like that I was 82 or something. We went all the way up there. I think there's probably, I think there's a blind spot in our culture, like North American culture, in which we just don't understand that someone can be 30 in their 30s. Yeah, we're gonna catch the error. So we're gonna say console log. I don't know what we're gonna say here. I also am not sure exactly how to like handle errors like this. Like if you have an error with like logging someone in, like, and it's not an error where like their password's wrong, right? It's an error like Passport had trouble connecting to the database. Do you even want to surface anything to the user? I mean, I guess you do. You kind of want to say like something went wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true. So I'm going to say Passport DB error. I think we'll surface this to the user in the future, but for now it'll just be good to have it. Okay, so we have current user. So if there's no user, we're going to call the callback like this. So we'll say if no current user, then we're going to just copy this. I don't know exactly why I'm doing this. I think it needs a strategy. Okay. I'm going to just put this first line of the docs they have in there, not the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. So if there's none, then we're going to say callback and false. And I think that means that they're not logged in. Okay, so then we're going to say if user password is not equal, okay, not equal to the password that's passed in by the strategy, then we are going to return. Oh, we want to return. Oh, geez. Why didn't you guys catch that? We got a return there. Actually, I like putting return on a new line just so it's explicit that, you know, that's what we're doing. Okay, and we're going to call back callback, and we're going to do null and false. Okay, so it's the same thing. So why wouldn't we just do this? We could just do an or here, right? Because we're returning the same thing. If that or that, we're doing callback null false. Yeah. Okay, so that's the same thing. And then for the final thing, we're doing callback null and user, and then we're going to return after that. Okay, so now we've got that worked out. So we've got the new strategy, users collection. I think this should work, right? Because we already tested this where we're getting the user. We're finding the user. I think this needs an await also. And then we're going to catch it. Okay, great. So I don't know why we added that really. Okay, configure Passport authenticated session persistence. What? Do we need this? I don't know what it is. Whatever. I guess we'll just add it in, right? Because I have a problem sometimes where I get a little bit OCD, I think. And I implement things that don't even need to be implemented. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing as up here. I think it's probably safe though, because this is like their default documentation, so it's probably something we're going to need anyways. But if anyone could explain to me what this does, I'd be very curious to know. Serialized user and deserialized user. It sounds like we're getting the user from somewhere and we're parsing it and then we're adding it somewhere else. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so we're going to do this, right? So we're finding it by the ID. Wait, find by ID? Where is it getting the ID? So deserialized user. Ah, yeah. The user ID. Okay, whatever. Fine. You can get it by the ID. I don't care. I don't think this is going to work though. If I may paste the link, please, David Moore. Wait, what kind of link? Oh, cool. Yeah. We had a spammer in here the other day that was posting their Instagram over and over again. The user ID is saved in the session and is later used to retrieve. Oh, okay. So here, I get it. Well, I mean, I get it on a very, on a very surface level. But I understood something. So here, this is going to be called before this one. And here we're giving Passport the user ID, which is the same ID that's coming back here. Okay, let's read through this. The user ID, second argument you pass to the done function, is saved in the session. So that ID is going to be saved in the session. And it's later used to retrieve the whole object via the deserialized user function. Okay, I don't know how it's getting this user though. I guess maybe it's getting it from here. I don't even know. I don't know the steps of Passport, but it's possible. And the result of serialized user is attached to the session as request.session.passport.user. Here, for instance, it would be this. Okay, cool. We are calling Passport deserialized user right after it. Where does it fit in the workflow? Oh, we get the whole workflow. The first argument of deserialized user corresponds to the key of the user object. Huh? The first argument of deserialized user. Oh, this one. Okay, the ID. The key of the user object that was given to the done function. Okay, yep, so I was right about that. So your whole project is retrieved with help of that key. That key here is the user ID. It can be any key. In deserialized user, that key is matched. Okay, the fetch object is attached to the request object as request.user. Okay, so serialized user, this is saved to session. like this, I guess, and then deserialize you. So then this gets into this as the ID, and then we find the user by that ID, and the one we pass to this done function is the user object that is attached to the request. So I thought this was handled all automatically for us, but it turns out we have to do all the work. Okay, so, but thank you for that, honestly. That's very helpful. So I think this isn't gonna work because we're using Mongo. So I think we need to do something special. Yeah, and this one's using Mongoose, which we're not using. Okay, so I think we need to do we need to like at least use underscore ID because that's what Mongo uses. But I think that's going to give us an object because I think object ID. I think Mongo has an object ID, but we can convert it into what's the up that's happening? Well, I don't know. I'm kind of getting stuck on this stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Listen to Solvin. She is the main mod, or I shouldn't say that. We have a few main mods. Okay, so nice. Okay, so we're gonna pass the current user back here, and I guess we don't need a return here. Okay, so that should be fine. I don't think it's gonna work, but that's fine. Let's let it not work. Nice. Oh man, I actually probably want to have that discussion eventually, because yeah. But yeah, no, not right now. Okay, so we got this thing. Well, yeah, no, let's not get into it. Okay, so um, yeah, no, I think that's definitely mostly right. Um, well, okay, I guess we'll get into it just a tiny bit, should we? Um, my only concern is that a lot of open source devs work for peanuts, even if they're supporting like a huge amount of projects. Like there's like a lot of like Webpack is built on this like core technology from this one open source maintainer that doesn't get any love whatsoever. And I think he has like $1,000 or sorry, maybe like a couple $100 every month that he gets for his like tireless work and open source, whereas Webpack, who is using his technology as like the foundation, I think this is right, as the foundation of their technology, gets like I think 50 or $200,000 a month. It's like insane. Let's search for this. So I just think that there's like some like disproportionate things going on when you can. Yeah, they have an annual budget of 400,000. Yeah, so I think there's like a concern there, and I think like if someone wants to build their own thing and like charge for it, I think that's not something they should feel bad for. But I do think we all grow more as a community if we're contributing to each other's projects. Yeah, but yeah, and GitHub, yeah, GitHub is they have the sponsor thing, which is really really cool. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if we can all just like move to like a Patreon type model, that would be great. I think that sometimes you, I don't know, whatever. I honestly believe in open source. Most of my career has been built on the foundation of open source. So I'm certainly not against it by any means. I just think there's a place for enterprise too. Um, okay, so we'll do Express session. I think we already installed that, right? Okay, so we should be able to just paste that in there, I guess. And then we're gonna do this stuff. Um, okay, and let's put this with the other app use calls. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, I uh, I think ideally, like in my ideal world, it's like all open source, right? Um, so yeah. Uh, but people need to put food on the table too. So I don't know. I don't feel bad. Like if someone creates some kind of foundational technology and charges for it, that kind of seems okay to me, you know? I mean, as long as they're not like manipulating people or, like spying on them without their consent, like as long as they're stand-up people who are like just trying to make a little bit of money. You know what I really like is what is it? Font Awesome. Do you guys know Font Awesome? They recently switched to uh, a SaaS model. Yeah. Using it are generally the same people against sites using ads to make some money. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, ice cream codes, I really appreciate that too. Like I was never expecting to get any subscribers. I was just kind of doing this for fun, and that was really cool. Yeah, I think I'd prefer not having ads. I think they did this study once where they like took down all the ads in this one city, and it turns out like everyone was like so much happier, and like they're yeah, just like everyone's lives just like improved dramatically, and they didn't even like notice that like ads were having this detrimental effect on them all the time. Um, I don't know. There's some study about that. Okay, so but yeah, I mean, it's like a how do you figure out like the right model, you know? Yeah, I think it would have to be like micro donations. What I would love is like Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency to be hugely successful. Ideally not Bitcoin, ideally something else. And then you fund it every month with like, I don't know, $10 or $20 or $100, whatever you have. And then every time you see something you like, you just like click a button and you click it depending on how much you like it. So if you wanted to click it 100 times, you could. And then every month, your subscription is divvied up to all the people that you clicked on. Um, yeah, I think a lot more companies are pursuing that kind of thing. Mozilla just launched something that's $5 a month that works with a bunch of publishers. Brave has that. I think Flatter is still going, and they do that kind of micropayment thing. I think that's going to be the future totally. I think it's going to take a while for people to get used to, but I totally see it happening eventually. Okay, so I guess what's the next thing we need to do? Can I just call this? How does this even work? Oh yeah, yeah. Passport, authenticate. Oh, okay, okay. So this is passed in. Um, what do you guys think of Facebook's new cryptocurrency? Do you guys think that's going to take off or not? I kind of want cryptocurrency to become mainstream, so I'm like kind of rooting for it, but then it's Facebook, so I'm like, it's probably not going to work. But then I'm like, wait, but my grandparents and my parents don't think anything negative about Facebook. They're just like, whatever, la da da. So maybe they'll end up using cryptocurrency before I do. David Moore doesn't have Facebook, never had and never will. No, thank you. Yeah, okay. I understand that. I certainly don't like Facebook. Here, I'll go to Facebook right now. You guys can see my Facebook. I have the newsfeed entirely blocked. I have a Chrome extension that eradicates my newsfeed. And it's because otherwise I waste about like 20 hours a day on there, and it's just a total waste of time. I would rather be playing video games. Definitely, 100%. Okay, so let's go here. I think we can just post this here. Um, yeah, well, I don't know. I think I don't this is like a difficult moment to defend Facebook, but honestly, they're kind of on the cusp of everything technologically speaking. I know some people that work at Facebook or have worked at Facebook, and they're not like bad people, you know? Like they're doing their best. They're trying to, make money while also, supporting open source and, trying to do the best by the community while also raking in a lot of money. And I think, yeah, that can get confusing sometimes, and they haven't really been great people, but like I remember back in the day, right? Like 2012 or whatever, when Facebook was this like newly open platform where anyone could log in and you could get all this user data, and it helped Facebook get really popular. And I wasn't under the impression that Facebook was doing it on purpose, Like I think they were just like, "Oh, we have this super successful thing. Let's, keep going with it." Yeah, and then I think like there were probably around like 100 or 200 like rogue agents. Um, I mean, yeah, so. I mean, basically, what happened, in my opinion, is that like Facebook opened up their platform to everyone, and they're like, you can get as much of our user data as you want, like pretty much, right? That's not exactly how they sold it, but you could get way more user data than should be appropriate. And it ended up exploding the popularity of Facebook because now everyone was integrating it in their sites. And I don't think Facebook was thinking that like people were going to compile that user data and save it and store it away. But at the same time, I don't think they really cared that much. They were just like, we're getting super popular. Like, I think they were like growing so fast at that point that they were doubling the size of the company every year, or something like that. And then they were adding like, I think like probably 100 million people like every month or something. Like, I think at that point, there's some things that you're going to miss. Um, well, so they don't give a damn. It's all about the money. I think that's an interesting perspective, but I don't think it captures the full picture. I mean, if you're at a company that's growing, that's doubling their team size or even tripling their team size every few months, uh, like you're going to be happy you're making lots of money and you're going to be happy that you're growing, sure. But you're also going to be stressed out. You're not going to be like thinking about, the repercussions of every little thing that you do. Um, yeah, no, I think, yeah. I mean, you're right. Yeah, totally. I think there were probably red flags. Um, but you also, okay, so just one more thing in defense. I know this is super, oh, come on. No, 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 come on. That's unfair. I mean, what's that called when like whenever someone brings up the Nazis, like you've reached something. Let's see, like when someone compares someone to Hitler, it's called something. Have you guys heard about this? Godwin's law. Godwin's law is an internet adage asserting that as an online discussion grows longer, the probability of a comparison involving Nazis or Hitler approaches 1. That is, if an online discussion, regardless of the topic or scope, goes on long enough, sooner or later someone will compare someone or something to Adolf Hitler or his deeds, the point at which, effectively, the discussion or thread often ends. Um, yeah. Um, but uh, but yeah. Well, okay. So you have a point, but I would also like to mention, just in my last, I'm probably going to lose people in this channel. Yeah. Um, but the last thing I want to mention is that when you're on the forefront of a science or an industry or like a wave of anything, it's really hard to know where the limits are, right? Facebook is the first social network to span the entire globe. It has like 1.2 billion people on it, universally connected. They're making money like off of it, so they're sustainable. That's the first time anyone has ever done that in the history of the world. So I think if you get to that point where you're a company, an organization, or a movement that is at the cusp of a new frontier, it's really, really difficult to figure out where the lines are and where they aren't because you're crossing so many of those lines every day. So that, I don't know. I mean, I know it's really, really super popular to hate on Facebook right now, but I would offer the idea that maybe they're just human beings like the rest of us trying to figure things out, and they happen to be making lots of money because they're doing something that no one else has ever done in the history of humankind before. Um, and, you know, to some degree, they deserve to be rewarded for that. And, you know, on the other hand, we're kind of lucky they're not acting like Trump, where they're just like, yeah, I don't have any problems. You know, like, I don't need to fix anything because you guys are all stupid. You know, instead, they're saying, we made a mistake. We're trying to fix it. You know, like, we're listening to people. I think, I don't know. The whole Mark is like a robot lizard thing. I don't know. I relate to Mark in terms of like his difficulty communicating sometimes. You know, like if you suck any nerd up on stage, that's how they would act. You know, so I don't know. I think a lot of people like to call him out for that, but like I don't think really there's anything wrong with him. I think he's just like nervous and he's in his head a lot, and he like that's how he honestly thinks. Um, your only issue is we made a mistake happens a lot. You'd think they'd go with, guys, how can this be abused some more? I mean, okay, but like, so Solvin, you like you're like what do you care about the most, right? Like, is it community? Is it money? Is it, you know, like what what is like the thing you care about the most? And imagine you started a company that let you do that thing. Like, would you be always worried about how people were going to interpret it as a bad thing and listening to those people and like worst case scenario? Or would you be pursuing like your best version of the world, like as much as you could? I think that like Zuckerberg and the people that work at Facebook genuinely believe that they are connecting the world more. And uh, and I think that like they genuinely believe that's what they're doing and that that's their main mission. And they, you know, they're making mistakes along. I mean, like I don't know. I don't really want to like super defend them because honestly they have made a lot of mistakes. Um, and you know, they're just people, right? Like they're not the, like they might be trying to connect the world, but like they could be doing things a lot better. You know, like so I don't know. I think I don't know what to say. Like, I think the internet's really cool, and I like Facebook because they're a successful internet company that's connecting the world. And I think they could have been scummier than they've been, even though they're being pretty scummy. Um, so I don't know. I mean, for me, they're kind of like a net positive for the world, but also, they could be doing a lot better, right? They could obviously be doing a lot better. But I think like so something I like to think about sometimes is that life is messy, and like what if I was in their position, would I be doing better? And I'm honestly not sure if I would have done better in their position. Like I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg wasn't like in the room saying like, "Oh yeah, like give these people so much access to their data." Like he was probably off like talking to some politician or something. I don't know. But life's complicated, and it's a pretty exciting time to be alive, right? Like we literally have like social networks connecting billions of people at the same time, all communicating all over the world. That's kind of cool, right? I mean, just that. Um, yeah, I don't know, but yeah. To sum it up, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook are like Hitler and the Nazis, pretty much, right? Um, I think that's where we're gonna stop and settle. Sullivan, I wasn't. I was just doing the thing, Godwin's law. Um, okay, so let's see. So we've got the login thing. I guess let's make a login page because what the heck, right? We'll just test this with uh, an actual login page. So let's go to here. Let's create a new folder and say login. Oh, nice, Flipcoder. Pineapples? Well, at least we can have a discussion about it without getting into a mud fight. Yeah, I agree, David Moore. Um, yeah. Whenever my wife is like uses ad hominem attacks, I like say like, you you're using an ad hominem attack, and that's like a logical fallacy, and that's when the conversation ends because she just rolls her eyes way into the back of her head. um, yeah, no, I think yeah, it's really nice to just be able to have conversations like this. Totally. Okay, so in the login page, let's create an index.njk folder, file, and then we're also going to create a config for it, config.json. But Solvin, I would like to know more about the the scientists in the 1940s. What was their thing? Yeah, I do that too. Oh, hey, Flipcoder. I didn't think you were going to be able to make it today. Um, Good to see you here. Okay, so yeah, I think we need to restart the server for the login page. Oh wait, what is this? Await is only valid in an async function. Oh, okay, so we must have added await. Oh, okay, what? Okay, so yeah, we got to make this async. Okay. Oh, and I guess we make this async too. I don't know if that's going to work. We'll see. Strategy is not defined. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh, okay, because I called it local strategy. Okay. Please work now. Okay, cool. So now we've got this login page, which isn't loading. Or it is loading, but only kind of. Okay, so we're going to delete all this stuff. I guess we can have it wrapped in the app ID, that's fine. And we're going to say input type I guess type text, and we'll say name is username, and then we're going to have password, type password. We'll wrap this all in a form, and we'll have a submit button. Sorry for anyone who just responded. I just want to get this page rendering real quick, and then I'll respond. Okay, so up here we'll just say like sign or log in, and I guess we'll wrap these in divs. Okay. And we've got, hey, Iko Akmandi House. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome to the stream. Okay, so we've got login. Let's see if this will load up now. Nice. Cool. So now we've got a little login page. It's ugly as heck. Let's see. The scientists did some really horrible stuff, but when you look at the kinds of experiments they came up with and the technology they were working on, it's actually quite impressive and horrible. But imagination isn't limited by horrors, unfortunately. Yeah, so I would make a strong argument for that attitude if it's absolutely necessary. So like, for example, if we knew like super advanced aliens were coming to attack the world and we needed to like upgrade humanity fast, then I think, you know, by all means, we would have to kind of get rid of some of our moral principles and, you know, work as hard as we could. But I think when we're not in that position, obviously we have the the great privilege of being able to hold on to morals, and I think that's a really nice thing about humanity, is that it's able to adapt. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, it's the thing about wartime, right? People get desperate and people get serious, and then you see a lot of advances. But then people in peacetime, I think there's a little bit of you know, a tiny bit of like boredom, you know, a tiny bit of like stagnation. It would be nice to. I think the Spartans had it right a little bit in that they were like always preparing for war, so they were kind of always on edge. They weren't like trying to fight, but they were kind of, you know, their culture was like really well refined because they were always like right on the edge, just kind of like always preparing, always, you know, serious. And I think, you know, probably toned down from that a little bit, you know, like, or probably a lot. But I think you need some edginess in a culture, you know, some uncertainty, some, you know, like, where are we going next? You know, is the future filled with darkness and turmoil? And if you have that, then I think the culture progresses, right? Because people aren't just like satisfied. But I think if you don't have any of that, if you have no uncertainty, if you have no, you know what tomorrow is going to bring no matter what, and you know that the sun's going to rise no matter what, I think people just kind of stagnate a little bit, you know? Okay. I'm sure you guys are all incredibly bored of my philosophical ramblings. Shark Tank. Peacetime is Shark Tank products? What does that mean? I don't. Is it. Oh, you're saying like Shark Tank startups? I actually haven't really watched that show very much. But I think that's what you're saying. I think it's action post, right? Or no? This is embarrassing. It's method post. Jeez. So we're going to do method, post, and action login. Okay, so this should post to Oh, geez. That's terrible. They should like partner with those like late night 2 a.m. shows that are like, call now for, 2 for 1 special, only $15. It's only available. No way, really? That's the worst. That's terrible. That is, oh my God, that's so bad. Oh my God. That's so depressing, actually. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Okay, so we need to make sure that our no, our route is rendering, so we don't need to make sure of that. Okay, so let's just try posting the data here and see what happens. I guess we can console log in here just to see if we get here. We are expecting to, or are we expecting to get here? No, I think we're expecting to be redirected to login. I'm not actually sure. Oh, this is a successful login. So this will be the successful login. So we'll say that. But I don't think we'll get there because we don't have a user with a matching username and password. Okay, so let's refresh this. We'll do this, and we'll press login, and it redirected us back to login. Okay, so now let's create. Oh man, I should have created the signup page first. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let's reveal this. Go up a level, copy and paste, and we'll say sign up. Or what do you guys like better? Should it be sign up and login, or should it be sign in and sign in and sign up? Or what's the other one? There's another one too. Oh, geez. 1 second, guys. Some family just messaged me, and they want to know if they can stop by. And they actually texted me 15 minutes ago. Log in and register. Okay. So I actually have to go for a second. Um, but I'm going to give them a call, and I'll be right back. Okay. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, guys, so here's an update. I gotta go. My family from another state just stopped by randomly. It's a bunch of my cousins. I can introduce them to you if you want, but after that, I have to go for at least like 20 minutes or half an hour, and then I'll be on later. So I'll stop the stream in about 5 minutes or so. But I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if it's like appropriate for me to introduce you guys. Like if they would like it, if you guys would like it. Um, I didn't sign up for that yet, but I will. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back. I'll see if they want to meet you guys. If not, the stream might just end suddenly. But I'll be back like in a half an hour or an hour or something. Okay, see you guys. Maybe see you soon. Bye. Uh, hey guys, so this is my family. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. So this is my cousin Josh. This is my cousin Rebecca, and this is her fiance Colin. and they're in Boston for a little bit. Becca and Colin are about to get married. They say, "Hello, family. Hello, Josh, Rebecca, and Colin."
What's up, everyone?
They say
Can they hear
happy
us?
4th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course they can. He's talking.
So yeah, they just wanted to say hi real quick. We're about to like go out and I don't know, go for a walk or something.
Sure.
Yeah, but just want to stop by and say hi.
What's up, everyone?
I'll be on later, probably like in an hour or something.
Cool.
Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.